Today we're going to be talking about the most popular and most influential console of all time, the Nintendo Wii. So without further ado, let's get into this jump, man. It was actually originally known as the Nintendo Revolution, and the most clever quote that I've ever heard someone say in a release: "You want a revolution? We've got one." Hey, that's some clever wordplay right there. I don't know if that was intentional, but that junk is gas when I heard it. Was actually announced at 2005's E3, and if you guys don't know what E3 is, it's basically just a yearly showing of all the games that different gaming companies are going to be releasing. Following E3, the Nintendo Wii was actually released in November 19, 2006 in North America, and the rest of the world wouldn't see it until 2 months later in December 2006. And believe it or not, we actually did have some pretty good contenders coming out in 2006, because literally 2 days prior to that, the PlayStation 3 from Sony was actually released, and an entire year before that, the Xbox 360 was released. We didn't know back then, but as we know today, the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3 were some pretty big consoles, and they are revered in the gaming sphere for great consoles, and I do plan to talk about those in their own separate videos, so look out for those in the future, man. Hey, subscribe while you're at it, bro. It had a very promising reveal at E3. One thing that separated the console from a lot of the older consoles, and I don't think any console was even really doing this before the Wii, they boasted backwards compatibility.
Finally, I'd like to give you one full answer to a piece of the revolution puzzle I have talked about previously: backward compatibility.
And it wasn't any normal backwards compatibility where, you know, nowadays where we had the PS3, for example, right? Where it was able to play games from the previous generation, being the PlayStation 2. And shout out to the fat PS2, man. That thing was beautiful. Chef kiss, bro. Mwah. And speaking of the PS2, man, I remember when I was younger, when I moved from state to state, I was like 10 years old, bro. I forgot my PS2 back in the other state, bro. Can't believe how angry I was. That junk is garbage. Pisses me off to this day. God, I'm 26 now, so you can imagine my frustration, bro. Definitely had an impact. Since the Wii was technically its own thing and it was new, it wouldn't really make sense for these cartridges to be able to go inside of this console. Discs are starting to become more common. During the conference, they actually boasted that it was going to be able to play the GameCube games from the disc itself, and that was very big. Being able to play games from those two consoles alone was huge, and internally you're able to play games from the Nintendo as well as the Super Nintendo. I actually didn't even know that, to be honest. It was already starting to look very promising for this console, and that it was going to be something that was going to change the gaming world forever, and it did. And as well as boasting this backwards compatibility of these different consoles, not the first console, but it was one of the first consoles to actually have online capabilities.
The addition of the internet will be important to all consoles, and particularly important to Nintendo. Wi-Fi capability will be built into every Nintendo Revolution.
PlayStation 2 actually did have an online capability, but you had to buy this fat adapter that would have to go on the back of your PlayStation 2 in order for that junk to run. I'm like, yo, this junk is weird. But what made the Wii special and better was the fact that it did not need this adapter. It was just built right into the console, and all you needed to do was connect it through your Wi-Fi. That more people were starting to have during 2006. That alone already makes it a way better experience. You don't have to buy extra hardware just to get this online experience. It just happened automatically. Granted, it was 2006. Internet was not that great back then. That junk was trash, I'm not gonna lie to you. But the fact that it was able to do that consistently and we were able to do what we wanted to do was amazing, bro. I'll tell you, for that time, it was crazy. You young people and the people from the younger generations, you guys will not understand the struggle of not having the internet on your console ready, bro. One of their main goals was to bring together the gaming community and people outside of the gaming community.
We intend for Revolution to fully serve the core gamers with new titles that fully meet their requirements. We will attract casual gamers better than anyone using consumer-friendly content, control, and interface.
And let me tell you, they definitely did that junk. I ain't gonna lie to you, my boy. They definitely had everybody playing this console. Moms, dads, grandmas, children, aunts, nephews, everybody was playing this console. And the fact that it was a family console and it was bringing everybody together also boosted the popularity of the console, because it became known as, oh, we're gonna get this console so we can set up in our living room and we can play with everybody in the family and just have a great time. In my honest opinion, they popularized motion controls in gaming. If you disagree, let me know in the comments, bro, because I don't remember any console from that era that was doing motion controls the way that the Wii did motion controls, my guy. Now, granted, the Xbox 360 did come out a year prior, and it did have the Eye, and I wanted to bring this up because I know someone might bring this up, but the Xbox 360 Kinect was not released until November 4th, 2010. Where would they have gotten the concept from? The Wii, boy. The Wii, bro. You can't tell me they got it from anywhere else. If you did, you'd be lying, bro. Another thing that I actually want to talk about are the games, bro. It had some pretty banger games. It's really known for the original core games that came out when the Wii was new, but these games are so big that it doesn't even really need a huge arsenal of other games to carry it. The Me channel alone was already a banger, bro. Listen. You can't tell me that's not a banger. You'd be lying. You have the games like Wii Sports. On its own, was already a trendsetter because it had so many games in it. It had tennis, baseball, bowling, golf, and boxing, bro. It might not seem like a lot, but it was. These 5 games alone were already game changers, bro. And don't even get me started on Wii Sports Resort, bro. The following game, they had swordplay, wakeboarding, frisbee, archery, basketball, table tennis, golf, bowling, power cruising, canoeing, cycling, and air sports, parachuting / piloting, bro. Wii Sports was heat. It had all them games in it, and you could just play them in the living room with the family. Literally every single game. You had your Wii remote, then you had the nunchuck. I'm not gonna lie, that setup is iconic, bro. And not to mention all the different attachments that had came out with the Wii right after that. Classic controller plus, Wii Zapper, the wheel, the balance board, speak, the sensor bar, the console stand, the wrist strap, remote jacket, LAN adapter, Wi-Fi USB connector, USB memory, component cable. Hey, there was a lot of accessories for this thing. It was such a good console. Another game that was very popular with the Wii was Wii Fit. You know, everybody was on their fit grind. Everybody was trying to get in there and get the moves going, boy. Wii Fit had more than 40 activities in the freaking game, bro, that you can do in physical exercise form. Yoga, strength training, aerobics, and balance games, man. I remember just trying to hit these balance games, and then for some reason, when you're on that balance board, you'll not move, and then the junk will assume you're moving, and then you lose. There were so many things that you could do. Wii Fit was also a very popular game. It was also engaging. Everybody was sitting there doing it, man. This console did so much, and it was so pivotal for gaming that was gonna come after it. A lot of it would not exist without the Nintendo Wii. Let me know what you guys thought about this video, and if you guys agreed or disagreed with what I had to say. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments, man. While you're here, man, make sure to subscribe to your boy. Click the bell so you see when we post videos. I actually did a video on the top 6 worst Dragon Ball games of all time, man. It's been Tavius, and I'll see you guys in the next video, man. Peace.